questions or answer to ma'am's questions, please turn on your mics.
Okay. Audio. Okay. So we'll begin with today's session. Today's session, we're going to speak a little bit about fibers and fabrics. Okay. Uh, we'll be discussing not what is fiber and all that, but we will be discussing what type of fibers we get from which animal. Okay. So before I start, I want to know brief about how well are you known with about the term fibers? What is it that you know about fibers? Come on. See, your answers can be right, can be wrong, any ways. You have to answer.
Ma'am, can I tell? Fibers are thin, thread-like structures or hair-like. I don't know how to explain this. So yeah, I don't know how to explain it totally.
Okay. Yes.
I
Yes,
know the
yeah.
basic.
Ma'am, they are thin thread-like structures which are obtained from plants or animals.
Good. Okay. This is a little bit more better definition. Good. Okay. Okay. So now, what do you do with those fibers?
Ma'am, you turn them into threads, and then you turn the thread into
Ma'am,
Yes.
you
fabric.
can make different
Cloth.
materials and objects out of them.
Okay. So, have you seen your mother doing stitching?
Yeah.
Anytime,
Yeah.
anytime, right? So she uses a thread. Is that fiber?
It's made out of fibers.
It's made out of fiber. It's not
Okay, yes, correct,
fiber.
correct. Okay,
Thousand times.
so very good. So fibers are turned into yarn. Okay, so that is what Mahatma Gandhi was known for. He was known for, with the charkha, he was turning the fibers into yarns. Okay, and then the yarn can be weaved. Okay, so that weaving can be done. So weaving is done in a crisscross manner. So it is done in, like, one strand straight and one strand sleeping. So it's done horizontal and vertical. So they are weaved into fabrics. So that is how you come to the term fabrics. Okay, so we go from fibers to fabrics by different methods, but from fiber to yarn, you have to do the process of spinning. Okay, what kind of fibers do you all know about?
Ma'am,
Wool,
plant and
yarn,
animal
cotton,
fibers.
wool,
Wool,
silk,
cotton,
jute,
jute, very good.
nylon, silk, polyester.
Nylon, silk, polyester, very good. Too many fibers, you all know. Very good, nice. Okay, so now if you have given me these names, out of these, if I want to classify them into two types, what are the two types that you'll classify them into?
Ma'am, natural fiber and synthetic fiber.
Man-made and natural.
Okay, man-made and synthetic. So when I'm talking about man-made, we are talking about that they have been artificially prepared in the lab. Okay, so they have been done, some chemicals are mixed together and they are making fibers and they're making yarns. And the natural ones are the ones that is available from the nature. Okay, now in the nature, if we go to see, there are again two types. Okay, so that is exactly what we are going to concentrate on today. Correct? Okay.
Animal and plant
Plant.
fiber.
Yes, yes, animals and plants. Okay, so we'll go to our slide. So you will have to pin yourself to Cricket Lab. Okay, so this is exactly how your fibers, your yarns look like. Okay, so we have come to. We'll go to our first slide. We'll go to our first slide. Yes, the first slide says that the fibers are of two types. One is, we spoke about natural fibers and synthetic fibers. In the natural fibers, we are talking about fibers like cotton, uh, wool, silk, jute, etc. Okay. If we talk about synthetic, you all gave me a few names: nylon, polyester, terracotta, and so on. Okay. Now, can you tell me why do we need to make artificial? Why can't we directly take it from nature only? Why?
Artificial fibers are strong.
Okay, so one quality you are trying to improve is that you're making it stronger. What else? Good point. One is you're making it more stronger. What else?
Maybe the
Think.
texture and how it feels.
Yes, you can get a better texture. You want a better shine. You want a better feel of
Like
it.
yeah, like wool is like really itchy and really rough, but in the other hand, rayon and nylon and all these synthetic fibers, they don't itch at all and they work as well.
Yes. Good one. So
That's
y'all
good.
are trying. Yes, yes, Atharva, tell me.
Ma'am, those nylon, polyester, and all of them are silky, whereas wool, jute, and these are usually more rough than
Yes, correct. And plus, there is one point which is there is that the natural fibers, you have to go through a process. It has to be extracted from the natural source and it has to be processed and all that things will be going on. Now, if supposing I'm taking the synthetic, it is just made in the process how it is made and then it is done. So it is more cheaper. The synthetic fiber becomes little bit cheaper than the natural fiber. Okay, and it is easily available in any condition. It can be easily made available. Okay, so that is main reason. See, always you have to
Ma'am,
think like, yes, Samit.
ma'am, yeah, you just said right now like another advantage. It's like cotton and like wool and all of those, they might get dirty or might get torn really easily, but like what do you call it? Synthetic fibers are tougher and won't be broken as hard because
Yeah.
they're
So
manufactured that way.
yes, so that is exactly the point. You are trying to improve. See, my point is why I'm asking this question is, as a science student, as a scientist, people always have to think that why do we do this so? If there is a natural available resource, why do you go for a synthetic resource? Okay, so you have to mend your minds in that way, that if I already have a natural source, why should I go for a synthetic one? Because you want to improve the qualities. Today, the earlier times, the teaching was just done on blackboard, right? Now the teaching is done by using some kind of video, some kind of labs, digital labs. They do it, and they do a lot of experimentation. Why? Because you want to improve a certain situation. So here also in fibers also you want to improve from the natural fibers. You want to get synthetic fibers because you're improving the quality. You're improving the quality. Improving the pricing. You're improving the availability irrespective of any condition and so on. Okay. Now we come to natural fibers. In the natural fibers, we have got two types. Okay, you all already told me. One is your plant fiber and one is your animal fiber. Means if from the plants we are extracting that fiber, then we call it to be a plant-based fiber. If we extract it from animal, we call it as a animal-based fiber. Okay. Now, in the plant base, you all have given me many examples. You all have given me examples of cotton. You all have given me examples of jute. There is also coconut fiber coir, which we use in our beddings. The beddings are made up out of coconut coir. Then in animals, you all give me example of wool. There is also silk. Silk is also got from a silk worm. That worm produces silk and we extract it from it. Okay, so there is plant source and there is animal source. Okay, any other examples that you can think of, or any other uses that you can think from plant or from animal? So now tell me, this cotton, from where do you get the cotton? From where it is got? Means
The
which
cotton.
part of?
Not from the cotton ball.
Okay, it is got from the cotton balls. Very good. So it is actually got from the cotton flower. From the cotton
Yeah.
flower, you pick it up. Okay. The coconut fiber is taken from which part?
The shell.
Coconut
Yes, from the
shell.
coconut shell. The
The
fiber
coconut shell. The
from
coconut shell.
the
Okay.
hair gland.
The jute is taken from where?
The stem.
Fruit plant.
Jute
From the
plant.
plant.
Right. So we are trying to explore all the parts of the plants to extract the fiber. Correct? Okay. The plant also, certain times, certain plants also give uh, some kind of gum, resin. Okay, some resin that is used as gum, that is used to make tires and so on also. So that kind of fibers are also there. So we are doing total economic value of the plant. Okay. Animals, how do you extract from animals? For example, wool. How would you extract the wool from the animal?
Ma'am, it's
You,
the
Shaving
fur.
it. Ma'am,
The
by
fur.
shaving it. Yes,
the
ma'am.
fur. Okay. So you really don't harm the animal. You just shave it off and the fiber comes off. Okay. You also use animal skin. Animal skins are used. That in that process the animals are killed, and today nowadays a lot of all those things are banned also. Okay. Besides that, silk fiber, we're getting it from the silk moth. In that type, we will be studying the types of the silk, and from that, there is one type of silk which is called as ahimsa silk. Okay, why it is called ahimsa silk? Because the the uh, the silkworm is not killed in the process. Otherwise, all the other silk, you have to kill the worm and extract. Okay, in this year, your silkworm is not killed. Okay, the silkworm leaves and goes, and then you use the pupa of it. Okay, so we'll go to our next slide. Okay, so first we're talking about animal fibers. Okay, particularly. Now, in this fibers, if you go to see animal fibers, we are mainly using the wool. Okay, the wool or the silk or all of that. So it is what nutrient form? It is in the protein form. Okay, it is in the protein form. So basically, these fibers are the protein form of the animal that we are using. For example, silk, some fur, or some kind of hair that you use. Okay, and the animal fibers are, they are removed with hand, then they are spinned. Like I said, the spinning process is done, the spinning will be done, and it will be turned into a yarn or a fabric, whatever the process needs. Okay. Here you can see a lot of other animals also we use. Okay. For example, we are using camel. Camel is also used. Okay. The rabbit fiber is also used. Okay. The rabbit fur is also used, and the rabbit furs are very fluffy and silky and very soft. Okay. There is one animal called as alpaca, that is also very silky and soft. Okay. Besides that, there is a cashmere goat. Cashmere goat, it is the cashmere goat is very insulating. It keeps you very warm. That's why whenever you go to buy what do you call sweater, you always look for cashmere. The cashmere is from the name of the animal that it is extracted from. Okay. Besides that, there is also a type of sheep called as mohair. Okay. And the wool that we get from the goat, that is also there, that is very long lasting. And we have got silk, which is called as the queen of all the fabrics. Okay. Silk uh, silk, in the silk process, uh, it requires a very large number of silkworms and the pupas and all of that. So it is a very costly fabric. You see, this is how the cost effect comes, because the animals are have to be, they have to be specifically, they have to be reared so that they can be produced that type of fiber. They have to be given that particular level of nutrition. Then that nutrition value, then they will get that good quality of fur, and silk comes out very well. Then only that entire process is very, very time consuming, and a very tedious process. That's why it is very costly process. Okay. Next. Okay. So we're talking about wool. Okay. So wool that we obtain, we can get wool from a lot of animals. We can get it from sheep. We can get it from yak. We can also get it from goat. We can get it from wool, from camel. We can get it from alpaca. The one that I showed you. Okay. So this is how it is done. Okay. And now in the fibers, there are two types of fibers from the wool. One is the rough beard kind of hair that is there, and the other one is that the soft hair that is just near to the skin of the sheep. So the outer part is called as a rough one, and the nearer to the skin will be the softer one. So wool is not taken from the outer, it is taken from the inner one. So probably there has to be a trimming process done. A trimming process is carried out so that the rough one is removed, and then you remove the soft one. Okay, so this is how it is done. Okay, and you have to do selective breeding. Okay, so you have to do selective breeding means what? You have to
Bring a certain type of animal.
yes, so you have to prefer certain animals only. Okay, you have to give them a good feed. You have to give them a good kind of what do you call fodder. The fodder is given very well. So you have to give them leaves, you have to give them pulses, you have to give them that particular oil cakes are made. All those are done. Okay, and mainly the sheep in India. If we talk about India, mainly the sheep that is bred is done in the states of Jammu and Kashmir, Rajasthan, Arunachal Pradesh, and Gujarat. So these places are specific specific centers. So I'm so sorry. In this process, the these places, they have specific institutes, they have specific centers where they are doing the specific breeding. They carry out this selective breeding. They choose, which variety of goat should you take, which variety of fibers is good, and that entire process is done. Okay, next. Okay, now we talk about silk. Okay, so the process of of breathing and raising the silkworm is called as, what is it called as? You all know what is it called? Anyone?
Sericulture.
Seri.
Sericulture.
Agriculture.
Okay, have you all anytime visited any place where you have seen a sericulture farm or
Yes,
anything?
ma'am. We all went during
Yes,
class.
Atharva has come with us. Okay,
Yes.
so we at Kitukate had taken the kids last time to a sericulture farm. So Atharva, can you explain us the process of it? Can you tell us what happens there?
Ma'am, they do intensive breeding of silkworms and they wait for them to cocoon. Then they are,
Okay,
um, yeah, ma'am. So then they put it in boiling water and they take the silk that way. So
okay,
the
okay. So Atharva said it in a very fast manner. I'll go a little bit slowly. Okay, so the process is how it is done. The silk worm. Do you know the silkworm process is how? It is like the metamorphosis process. First it is a worm, then it weaves a pupa around it, just like a butterfly. Okay, and then it will hatch out from it, and it will go out like a butterfly, right? That is a process. You all know this process of butterfly formation. Yes. Okay. So that same process is done for your silkworm also. Okay. Okay. So now what happens is that the silkworm, okay, the silkworm is taken and it is kept on a specific tree. The tree is also very, very specific, which one it has to be kept. For example, on the right side in the table, you can see the silk are of four types. Okay, you will be having the photograph also in your print if you have removed a print of the experiment sheet. The names are written: mulberry silk, airy silk, Munga silk, Tessar silk. Okay, so that depends on, yes,
I have soft copy. I didn't print.
no problem. You can see it from that also. Okay, so now in this different types of silk, you use different types of silkworms also. So the name of the silkworm will also change. For example, mulberry, there is the name of the silkworm is called as Bombyx mori. Okay, in the airy one we are using Atticus ricini. This is name is the scientific name. Okay, this is the scientific name of the silkworm that is there. Okay, now if you go to see on the right side, you will see in the column there is the food plant. So your mulberry is grown on a mulberry tree. Okay, the airy is grown on a castor plant. Okay, so what will you do? Let's take for example the mulberry silk. Okay, so the mulberry worm is kept on a mulberry tree leaf. Okay, now if you can see on the upper side, the process is given. Okay, so the worm is kept on the leaf, and the worm will start eating the leaf slowly. So that is the food for it. Okay, so that food it is going to eat. Okay, now slowly that small worm will become big. Okay, so like this way they don't have one worm, they have got thousands and millions of worms, and that is done by procuring the eggs. So specifically they take the eggs, uh, either from the previous batch they have taken the eggs, or then they have bought it externally from somewhere. So they take the eggs, and that eggs are also kept at a certain temperature so that the eggs will hatch, and small of such silkworms grow out of it. Okay, now these silkworms will be transferred to the tree. So this process is done in some closed room where you get warmth and humidity. Then they are transferred to the plant. On the plant, they will grow, they will eat the leaves, they'll grow big. When the time comes that they are now sufficiently big, they are going to release a fiber from their mouth. Okay, that what they are releasing is your silk fiber. Okay, that is protein in nature. That the composition of it is protein. Okay, it will remove it from the mouth, and it will get totally covered in it like a cocoon. Okay, now what happens is, now that cocoon is done. Okay, now normally the metamorphosis process takes place. Now the small worm that was there, that worm is going to get transferred into a butterfly. Okay, but if it gets transferred into a butterfly, it will have to hatch from the cocoon, and if it is hatching from there, the cocoon gets destroyed, and you can't use the silk. So what they do is, in silk farming, they have to take these cocoons with the silkworm inside, and they have to put it in a process where they put it in water, a little bit hot boiling water, and then that thing comes out. So in that process, you're killing the worm. Okay, there is airy silk. in which you don't kill the worm. Okay, so that silk, you let the butterfly come out of it and fly off, and then they use the empty cocoons and they do the process of it. Okay, that
But
is
ma'am,
that. Yes.
but ma'am, when they put the eggs, I mean the cocoons in boiling water, if they kill the silkworm, then there will be no reproduction, right?
Yeah, so that's a good question. So what they do is they keep batches. Okay, so half the batch is kept for reproduction. So half the batch will be doing the process of forming the butterfly, and they will again be laying eggs and they'll be hatching. Half of them will be transferred into the silk process. Understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, good.
Ma'am,
So,
ma'am, you just now told that the mulberry, ma'am, mulberry leaf.
yes.
Ma'am, they kill the worm, and if the worm comes out, then the cocoon will get destroyed. Ma'am, then in airy silk, the cocoon won't get destroyed, ma'am.
No, it doesn't get destroyed. They have tried it, they have used the method, and they have found out that even if you even if that worm is coming out of it, the cocoon remains as it is. The silk quality out there is such that it doesn't break off. So that is why they use it. And that is why that silk is very, very costly silk. It is called as the eri silk. Okay.
So, ma'am, then which type of silk is the most used one? Like, I mean,
The tussar silk is used very oftenly. Okay. And in that also you need to know which one is natural and which one is artificial. You
ma'am, but then
now
if it's like if it said that it's the lowest quality, so why don't people just get like either airy or mulberry? It's gonna be the best quality and it's gonna last for a long time, right?
yeah, but then see, do you prefer to have something that will last for a longer time and you're wearing that again and again for 10 times, or you want to wear something lower quality also little bit, not bad quality, but it is the good one, but you can wear more variety of it.
Mm,
Yes. So,
okay,
so,
ma'am.
so, so this is a personal choice, Samit. Okay, this is a personal choice. Okay, so you can either
Okay.
buy a very costly one like the airy one, where you feel, where people also feel that okay, you're not killing and wearing something. So that is also one thing that you could feel that way, or then you can buy a little bit lesser quality one also. So it's okay.
Hmm.
But these are natural silks. Okay, these are again the natural ones only. Okay. So now that entire fiber is removed, now they will be processed into a yarn, then that yarn will be converted into a fabric. That is how the silk fiber is made. Okay, the silk fabric is made.
Okay,
Okay,
ma'am.
uh, we'll go to our next slide. Okay, so now in the experiment time, we'll see what is the first experiment that we're doing. Okay, so in the first experiment, what we're doing is we've told you to get a map of India. Okay, in the map of India, you all are going to mark the places where we get the wool uh, yield. The wool is got as an yield. Okay, so Nicola ma'am will be telling you the process and she'll be showing you how to do it. You all printed a map of India or no? Or if not printed, you can just draw it
Yes,
with hand also.
Ma'am, I basically I kind of just got a kit which already has everything in it.
Very good. Nice. Good. Okay.
Ma'am,
Yes. Yes, I
is
saw it, Atharva.
this one fine?
I'm fine.
Yes, Sonal, that is fine. Okay. And those who don't have, it's okay. You can see while ma'am is doing it.
Ma'am, is this fine?
Okay, good one. So I'm muting myself and I'll allow Nicola ma'am to take over.
Ma'am, is this fine?
Yes, yes, it is fine.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
Yes.
ma'am.
Ma'am.
So you'll need the map of India, okay? Pencil colors, pencil. Okay, see what you'll have to do. Can you all see my can you all see the map?
Yes, ma'am.
Can you all see the map? Everyone? Okay. So what you'll have to do is you'll have to are you having a map that's already colored? Show me your maps. Okay. Show me your maps, all of you. Okay, if you're already having the colored map, then you all will only mark the places, okay, where wool is produced and the animal that produces wool in that state, okay. And if you all are having an outline of a map, you all can color it, and also you all can label the state where the wool is produced and by what animal it is being produced, okay. So the first one is, it is being produced in Kashmir. Okay, all of you can mark it by the Kashmiri goat. In Kashmir, it is being produced by the Kashmiri goat. Wool is being produced by Kashmiri goat. Okay, all of you have done it. Wool is also produced in Himachal Pradesh. Okay, wool is produced in Himachal Pradesh. You'll mark it. You'll mark it and write the animal that produces wool in that state with a pencil. So wool is produced in Himachal Pradesh by the yak. Yak produces wool in Himachal Pradesh. All right. Then this is Punjab. The southern side of Punjab and Haryana, they produce wool is produced there by the Lohi sheep.
Ma'am?
The southern part of Punjab and Haryana, wool is produced there. Okay. Yes.
Ma'am, your map is not visible.
Did someone ask something?
Ma'am, your map is not visible.
Now is it visible? Now is it visible?
No, ma'am. Your video
ma'am.
is freezing.
Okay.
Ma'am, what is it for the
I mean,
Punjab, Haryana, southern areas of Punjab and Haryana?
Lohi sheep.
Lohi sheep. Thank you.
Lohi sheep produces wool there in the southern part of Punjab and Haryana. Am I audible to all of you?
Yes, ma'am, you're audible, but your
Am
screen
I
is
audible
not
to all of you?
visible.
Yes. Okay. 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 Screen is not visible. I just
Here you
one
don't
second.
have the map.
I'm just logging in
Ma'am,
again.
I didn't have it.
Ma'am,
Okay, so while ma'am is saying, write down the state and the animal's name. So when you get the map, you can mark it.
Yes, ma'am.
ma'am, your voice is breaking. Ma'am, so whoever go to next place.
No, no, you're not. Remember you asked something.
Ma'am,
Ma'am, what's
Yes,
the
yeah.
next
Yes,
state?
yeah.
Is
Yeah,
ma'am,
one
when I'm
second. I think
filling
Nicola ma'am
Nicola,
has
ma'am,
some network issue.
the videos freezes.
Yeah, the video freezes. Nicola ma'am, why don't you just name the state because the students know where the state lies. So you name the state and name the animal, they
okay.
will mark it.
Okay. So then in Uttar Pradesh, goat produces wool. Okay. Uttar Pradesh. The goat is producing wool. Rajasthan and Gujarat, camel produces wool.
Ma'am, in Uttar Pradesh.
Rajasthan and Gujarat, camel produces wool.
Ma'am, my voice is breaking. I can't tell.
Goat.
Goat. Thank you.
हाँ यार मैं तारा तो ज्योति थी અત્યારે બ્રેકફાસ્ટ खाता.
Okay. Then in Madhya Pradesh, Maharashtra, Telangana. Yes. In Madhya Pradesh, Maharashtra, Telangana, Andhra Pradesh, and Karnataka, sheep produces wool. Again, I'm repeating it. Madhya Pradesh, Maharashtra, Telangana, Andhra Pradesh, and Karnataka, the sheep produces wool. In these 5 states. All of you have done it?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Okay.
Ma'am.
In West.
Ma'am.
Yes. Yeah. Yes.
Ma'am, can you repeat Jammu and Kashmir, Himachal Pradesh, and Punjab? Those
I repeat it again.
And the animals who produce.
In Jammu and Kashmir, the Kashmiri goat produces wool. Okay. In Himachal Pradesh, yak produces wool. In the southern part of Punjab and Haryana, Lohi sheep, that is Lohi, Lohi sheep
in
produces wool.
Himachal Pradesh, what produces wool?
Yak.
Yak. Okay.
Yak. Y-A-K, yak. Yeah. Okay. Then in West Bengal, the black Punjab and Haryana, Lohi sheep. Lohi, Lohi sheep. Okay. Then in West Bengal, black Bengal goat. Black Bengal goat produces wool in West Bengal. Okay. All of you have done it?
Thank you, ma'am.
Ma'am, can you repeat Bengal?
Yes.
Can
What
you
will I
repeat?
repeat? Black Bengal goat.
Okay, ma'am.
Black Bengal goat. Okay, in West Bengal. Yeah. So these are the wool producing states. And the wool is produced by different animals in different states. Okay. And the largest producer of wool is Rajasthan. Rajasthan is the largest producer of wool in India. All right.
Ma'am?
Okay. All of you have written the animals that produce wool in the various states. Yes.
Ma'am. What animal is it for
Yes,
Rajasthan?
Harshini.
What's the animal for Rajasthan?
Camel. Camel.
Thank you, ma'am.
Rajasthan and Gujarat, both camel. Yeah. All of you have done it. I hope all of you have done it.
Yes,
Ma'am,
ma'am.
done it.
Everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. 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 So, ma'am can take over.
Yeah. Thank you, ma'am. Ma'am, you've given so much information to the kids. Now they know that where what is available. Yes? Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So now we'll go to our next slide. This is how this is how you can see. Mainly in Kashmir, it is goat, and then again it is goat in Uttar Pradesh. Then camels, basically, because camels you can see in Gujarat and in Rajasthan. It's also goat in the Bengal region also, and there is sheep mainly in three, four states, that is Madhya Pradesh, Maharashtra, Tamil Nadu, Karnataka, and so on. Yes, and there's one special sheep in Andhra Pradesh that is called as Nellore sheep. Okay, now we'll go to our next slide. So basically, we'll go to our next experiment. The next experiment says, so this is a kind of once probably the people who are in here nearby, once the lockdown opens, we can send you samples of silk also. So by feeling the sample of silk that we normally give with our kids, you can come to know that how different each type of silk will feel. Okay, uh, so this experiment I think should be just uh, kept as it is. We'll go to our next experiment. Uh,
Farida ma'am, Nicola ma'am is going to show them the
okay,
samples, and
okay,
ma'am is
okay,
going to explain the texture.
okay. So okay, so then we'll hand it over to Nicola ma'am again.
Can you all see the four samples of silk?
Yes, ma'am.
Can you all see it? Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So, this is the airy silk, okay?
Ma'am,
Yeah. This is the airy silk. This is the, yeah.
ma'am, your screen is freezing.
Is it freezing for everyone?
Yes, ma'am. For me also it's freezing.
Yes, ma'am.
Now is it okay?
Ma'am, it's still
Yes, ma'am.
Now is it okay?
Ma'am, it's a little better.
What do I do now? Uh, should I log in again?
Um, um, can we send them a video of this, since it is hanging a lot, Swapna? Can Nicola do a small video of it and then send it on the group so they can get the uh, feel of it, the
Yeah,
textures?
yeah, well, yes. Let Nicola try once, and if it doesn't work, we'll do it that way.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Is it visible now? Everyone?
ma'am, it's visible, but your voice and your
Yes, ma'am.
baking and your screen is just freezing, and then it's kind of hard to explain. Ma'am, you just freeze and then you suddenly start to move.
Yes, ma'am. It happened the same with me.
And some sort of weird noise comes like "Troah."
Is it okay now?
Uh, yes, ma'am. There's some kind of feedback as well.
What is it, Adhat?
Ma'am, some kind of feedback. It's a weird this. It's a voice. It's something like something's wrong with your
Yeah,
device.
some like some sort of electronic sounding
Yes,
noise
ma'am.
is just
It's
coming.
Let
Nicola ma'am,
Farida,
Nicola ma'am,
let Farida
Nicole,
ma'am continue. I'll when I join back again, after she finishes with the slide, I'll show you all this. Okay?
okay,
Till
Nicola
that
ma'am,
time, I'm trying to log in again. Yeah. Yes, ma'am.
Nicola ma'am, this experiment, no, we can do it that way since it requires a little bit more, better this. So we can take a video of it and we can send it after the class so that you can do the explanation plus the thing will be better. So for this experiment, we'll send a video to the kids.
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So we'll go back to our slides. So this experiment, kids, we'll just wait for the video. As soon as this class is over, give ma'am some time, so ma'am will send you a video of it. Okay. Okay. So now we'll go to our next experiment, and that experiment is very very. Okay. Wait. If you want, you can just see the picture of the fibers. So this is how the mulberry silk is there. Then there is eri silk.
ma'am,
Then
we
there is
get some cocoons from there, right? From when we
yeah.
have
We had gone the cocoons.
yes,
Yes. We
ma'am.
had
Had we taken? I
Yeah,
remember we taken a
yeah,
few.
we had gotten the cocoons and we still have some cocoons left with us in the lab also.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So we'll, this is how, see, these are the photos of the silkworm on the upper end, and in the middle you can see the photographs of the cocoons. You can see how different the cocoons are. On the extreme right side is what is the mulberry one. It is very hard one. Okay, and you can see the yellow one. The yellow one is mainly the airy silk. Okay, the yellow one is very nice and soft. It is airy, and this is how the fibers look of the once they are
Ma'am, but
extracted.
it had said that that's third one starting with some M or Mogu
Moga,
or something.
moga,
Yeah, Moga.
moga.
That one was yellow. That one was a yellowish silk,
Yeah,
and
that
the red one was Talsar, and like the
salsa no,
extreme left one,
tassar,
yeah, Tassar,
tassar.
and the extreme left one is Mulberry because it's the whitest, and Airy is between the yellow and the red ones.
Okay. No, but when we had seen it practically, we had seen the hard shell as the mulberry one. And those silkworms also very big ones also. Okay.
Hmm.
Okay. So we'll go to our next slide. Okay. So we'll go to our next experiment. This experiment is very interesting. You will enjoy doing it with Nicola ma'am also. I'll explain you what we are doing it. Okay. So what is going to happen is we'll go to experiment. Okay. So here the experiment is you're going to get a burning smell. I told you that all these fibers are mainly what are they? What are they? What are they? All these fibers?
Natural fibers.
Natural fibers.
But what nutrient, what is it made up of? Which component?
Protein.
Proteins, right? Okay.
Hmm.
Besides that, a certain other ones are not proteins also. Okay, some of them are not proteins. Some of them are in the carbohydrate form also. Okay, so every time when you burn a certain type of fiber, you will come to know whether that fiber is natural or artificial. Okay, so the first this is done as a very proper testing in the lab. So whenever in the lab they want to test the fiber, the quality of the fiber, the genuineness of the fibers, what they do is they pull out a fiber they pull out a yarn, not a fiber. They'll pull out a yarn from the fabric. Okay, from the fabric they'll pull out a yarn, and then that yarn is burnt. Okay, so the minute they're going to burn it, after the burning, there will be a certain smell. That is what they identify. The second thing what they'll identify is after burning how the ash looks like. Okay, so we have told you all to get a few fibers. We have told you to get cotton and a few other fibers. We've told you. You all are ready with it?
Ma'am,
Yes.
ma'am,
I got like cotton and jute and all of those, but I didn't get
Okay.
any synthetic fibers.
No problem.
ma'am,
Whatever you
Ma'am,
have.
I got silk. I got. I don't know if it's genuine silk or artificial silk.
Whatever you have. Okay. So you are going to. Yes. Yes. Tell
ma'am,
me.
Ma'am, I have everything except jute.
No problem. Whatever you have. There is no hard and fast rule that what you should have.
ma'am,
Okay.
is this good?
Yeah. From the video, it seems so. I don't know. It seems so that it is jute. Okay. So now what will happen is, listen to me. Okay. Now you will burn the silk. Okay. So you have to identify two, three things when you're going to burn. Okay. So when you're burning, you're going to see two, three things, and I want you to see that in each and every fiber that you burn. Okay. The first thing you're going to see is when you put the fiber or the fabric, whatever you're burning, near the uh, candle, does it burn quickly? Does it catch fire immediately? First thing. Okay. Second thing, what you're going to see is, okay, the minute you remove it from the flame, does it stop burning or does it continue to burn? Okay. Secondly. Okay. Thirdly, when it dries up and it forms ash, just like you can see on the right side, there's a black color picture. That ash, when you just touch it, does it become powdery? Does it become powdery or does it become a hard lump? Does it become a hard lump? Okay. So there are these three, four things that you are going to notice in each and everything that you burn. Okay. For burning fun, for it's burning fun, but you are going to also learn in the process. So you've already got fibers, like we've told you to get cotton, wool, and silk, and all of those things. Besides that, you can also burn wood. By burning wood, I mean, what is the wood that you can burn? What is the wood that you can burn?
Ma'am, firewood.
No, the matchstick, the back part of the matchstick. Okay, so don't go and finding some wood. Okay, you can burn the backside of the matchstick that is also made up of wood. Okay, you can also burn your hair. Okay, your hair is again
Ma'am, I'm
protein.
using a lighter. Fine.
Your hair is also protein. Okay, so that is also what you all are going to observe. Okay, so there are this few things that you all are going to observe. So today's experiment, we are not going to only burn silk. We are burning a lot of other fibers also. Okay, so whenever ma'am is doing it, you observe it with ma'am. You do yours and you burn one fiber at a time. And I want you to write down these points. Okay, with each fiber that you burn, please take very good precaution when you're burning. Don't burn yourself. Okay, you are going to see first thing, when you take your fiber or your fabric near the fire, does it catch fire easily? And when you remove it from it, does the fire go off? That is the first thing you're going to see. Okay, and after it has burnt, the ash that it forms, is it crispy or does it become like a hard lump? See, the upper one photograph is crispy, the below one is like a hard lump. Okay, so this is what you are going to observe, and then I'll tell you which one is genuine and which one is artificial. Okay, yes. Okay, so we'll hand it over to Nicola ma'am. So Nicola ma'am can start. She's already ready with her fun experiment. Okay.
Okay, so here I have taken a cotton thread, okay, a cotton yarn. Now, when you burn it, see how does it burn, okay? You are okay. Now, what you'll observe, the the ash. It's powdery. Okay, the ash is powdery, and what? And it smells somewhat like paper. Okay, when you burn any plant fiber, sorry, when you burn any plant yarn, means some fiber that you get from the plant, it will smell like burning paper. Okay, so y'all, whatever yarns y'all have, y'all try to burn it, and y'all try to take the smell. Like, what is the smell? This is cotton. I also have silk with me. Okay, now silk, when you smell it, silk smells like burning hair. So silk is obtained from an animal. Okay, so it will smell like burning hair. And if you have any artificial fibers, you can burn it, and it will smell somewhat like burning plastic. Plant fibers will smell like burning paper. Animal fibers will smell like burning hair. And the artificial fibers, okay, it will smell like burning plastic. That is the difference in the smell. What about the ash? Natural fibers will give powdery ash, okay, but artificial fibers will give a black bead like structure, which is very hard. Okay, it's not powdery. And artificial fibers burn easily, whereas the natural ones, they don't burn so easily. They'll not catch fire easily. You'll test it, and let us know what are your results.
Please turn your videos on.
Samit, you're burning on the plain this. It'll put stains. You put some paper and then burn on it.
If you have tongs, you all can use it from the kitchen. If you all are having tongs, yeah, okay, that will also do. The tweezers will also do. Yeah, use something to burn, because if the fire raises up, it can burn your hand. Okay. After burning it, take the smell. What is the smell? And let us know.
And do only one
You'll
at a
have to.
time.
Ma'am, smells like burning hair. Silk.
Yeah. What have you taken, Athar?
Silk, ma'am. Silk.
Yeah, silk. Silk is like burning hair.
Yes, ma'am.
Atharva, also observe the ash of it.
Yeah.
Ma'am, I'm completely burning it for that one reason.
Yeah, I tested on one and that did crumble to ash. It did fully burn and did smell like paper.
Ma'am,
Okay.
ma'am,
Sonal?
ma'am, hair burns very, very quickly.
Yeah, hair burns very quickly.
Ma'am, powdery ashes.
Powdery ash in case of silk, right? Yeah. So all natural fibers will show that powdery ash.
Um,
Harshini, have you tested for any fiber? Have you burnt anything? And let us know, Harshini. We can't hear you.
Yes, ma'am. I've burned nylon and it's a giant lump.
And it?
It's a
Yes, we can
giant
see.
lump.
Okay. Yeah. And what is the smell of the nylon after burning?
Ma'am, it smells kind of weird. It doesn't smell like hair, paper, or plastic.
Ma'am, even I'm now burning
It smells
nylon.
It
kind of
has
like
a very bad
plastic.
smell, right?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. A pungent kind of smell comes out. Okay.
Take one thing.
Ma'am, smells like
Ma'am,
burning
it ends
paper
up looking like
and has
jelly. It
fluffy
looks like
ashes.
melted goo or something like that.
Yes, Samit, what did you say?
It first
Which?
of all is like melted goo, and it's become into a hard lump once it cooled.
Yeah, hard
And
lump. So that's an
it smelled like
artificial fiber.
plastic. Yeah,
Okay.
artificial
Yeah.
nylon. Jute.
Okay. Nylon is artificial. And what other? You tried with another fiber?
Yes, ma'am, my second fiber was cotton, resulted in fluffy ashes and a paper burning smell.
Okay. Yeah. Sonal, did you
Sonal,
try?
I was going to say, Sonal has been mute for a very long time. Sonal, what are you trying?
Ma'am,
Yes, Sonal.
ma'am, is hair coming in the category of natural fibers or artificial fibers?
You say,
It's not.
Sonal, you think and tell me your hair is natural or artificial?
Natural.
Yeah,
Then why is there no ash?
because the hair is made up of a special protein. That protein behaves in that manner. So that is why the ash will not be there. It will be a very small ash, and your hair will wriggle like a worm. The minute you put it in the fire, no, it will wriggle like a worm. Yes, yes, that is why. You all can try to burn a small thread from your mother's you know stitching kit. You can take a small thread, any cotton thread or anything. You can burn a thread also.
Ma'am, this was my third fiber, nylon, and it resulted in this kind of ash. Just
Nylon, did it produce ash?
not ash, but some kind of hard, just
Yes.
not a bead.
It won't produce ash. Okay, it will produce a hard bead-like structure. Okay, you can feel it. It's
No,
something very hard and black.
it's hard, but
Yes.
it breaks.
Yeah.
Ma'am,
Yes, Sonal.
I burned jute.
Jute. Okay. What is the smell? Yeah.
Smell, it's hair like smell. If you burn hair, it smells like jute.
Jute. Okay, that maybe not jute, maybe something else then. But mainly, plant fibers will not have a hair-like smell. Okay, it,
Sonal, what is the ash like of that you burnt?
Ash is very powdery.
Ma'am, I kind of like I burned jute, but instead of becoming into ashes, it just became into individual fibers, like became into individual fibers, like black colored.
Okay, so it kind of became like that, like how paper when you burn and it just goes up in the air.
Hmm. Okay, leave it.
Can you remove the jute wire?
What?
See, there is hair there down. You can use that
What? Where?
for burning. See, here on the
Oh, yeah.
Harshini, what else you have tried? Where is Hia? Hia is
Stop
When
trying
I
thinking
burned
about
wool, it just melted.
You want to make goat?
what
Ma'am,
did you burn? Yes,
wool,
wool,
wool, it,
wool.
Ew.
yeah, it just kind of melted.
And what happened? Okay, so your wool melted. So did it melt into a hard lump or did it melt into ash?
ash.
wool you can
Nothing
take, no?
well
Yeah.
except
The wool.
Get that jacket.
I'll try once again.
Hey,
Try
sir.
one of hair. Wait. You can cut this one. The hair just keeps
Ma'am?
falling
Gile.
out of
Cut this.
tongs.
Ma'am?
Ma'am,
Yes,
here
Harshini, have you tried?
Yes, ma'am. I have tried nylon, but it doesn't smell like it. All of my wools and cotton thread and nylon smell like plastic
Hair, I think,
only,
is not gonna happen.
and it doesn't produce anything.
Give me one more
Just
wool.
like a
Okay.
hard, big lump, big hard lump.
Yeah, see? It's like as soon as you
What was that
Nylon will produce
nylon?
a hard big
Yeah, the
lump.
smell.
Okay.
Mm.
ma'am,
it
Yes,
smells
Nylon,
good.
yeah, nylon will produce a hard big lump. Okay, it won't produce ash.
ma'am,
Be,
Okay,
oh,
ma'am.
be away from the iPad.
ma'am,
Yes, Amit. Yes,
I'm doing
who
wool
is
now.
saying? Is it Sonal or something? Okay.
Sonal.
Wool.
And it turned into a melted crushing kind of bead like a nylon.
Yeah, wool smells.
My wool,
Yeah, Sonal, what did you burn?
my
Ma'am,
wool.
this is artificial wool.
Ma'am, I burnt wool.
Okay, artificial wool.
I burnt like a normal
Wool.
real wool and yeah,
Yeah.
not like a
Ma'am,
sweater.
ma'am, it turned into a very thin strand when I burned it.
it's turning into a hard
Okay.
lump.
Next,
No, ma'am, no.
you have
It's
anything
like
else? Any other type
Yeah,
of?
but you can,
I'm
but
not doing
Sonal, you
it.
can see the lump in your hand. See below black color lump.
at
You
the
can see.
bottom there's a lump. At the bottom there's a lump.
Yes,
No, I'm putting
yes.
it back.
There is no ash.
No, there's no ash.
Yeah.
Do we have real or not police?
That's artificial.
Gonna become all like she's now our first test turned out to be.
Y'all all are noting down, no? What y'all have burnt?
What did you burn?
Yeah. Wait, did we burn cotton? Yeah.
If you are testing with one, if you are testing it with one yarn, then note down your observations. Okay? You need to note down your observations.
You have to note down your observations.
I'll note it down.
There, in that, there is wool also. See,
Ma'am, I've done my burning test and I'm writing the observation.
Tell what?
Manu, can you move the screen?
Ma'am,
Yeah.
Yes.
ma'am, I burned all the threads I had and I had I understood the smell.
Stop it. Stop. Enough.
Okay, Sonal, very good. So you've got time. You immediately write down the name of the fibers and what you observe with each fiber. Okay, on a paper, write it down fast before you forget it.
Yeah.
Write it on a paper.
Give me a paper.
Samit, what about you? Have you tried? Have you
Yeah,
tried with all the?
yeah, I've tried with everything, and I'll just write it now.
Yeah, you also note it down.
iPad.
Ashni, what about you?
Ma'am, I tried
Ashni,
everything, but then yes, ma'am,
I didn't
uh,
float on the
I
floor.
tried all of
I
it, but
didn't float on the floor.
nylon doesn't didn't
Promise I
nylon
didn't
doesn't
float on
smell
the
Yeah,
like
this is
hair
floor.
or
cotton.
paper. It smells like plastic.
okay. So have you tried it with all the fibers that you had?
Yes, ma'am. I have wool, cotton thread, and
Yeah.
nylon.
Okay.
I've
So you
tried
have
them
tried
with
it with all.
fleece. Yes,
Yeah.
and
And
I
you
tried
note
them
down
with
your
hair.
observations. Okay. You
Yes,
need to note
ma'am.
down your observations.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, ma'am.
Athar, what about you? Athar,
Yes, ma'am.
have you tried it with all the fibers?
Yes, ma'am. All that I had, yes, I
Okay.
said.
Okay. So you can note it down. Okay. You can note down your observations.
Yes, ma'am, I will.
This is what she did.
Yeah.
Cotton.
Okay. Over to you, ma'am.
Yeah, well done.
Okay. So, kids, there's a request. Okay. Please send us a picture of your observation that you have written so that it will help the others also. Probably the others didn't have certain fibers which you all had. Okay. So, you all are going to write that, and in the observation column, you write it. You observed that the ones that were ashy were mainly they were natural, and the ones that were not ashy they were artificial. You're going to write this down. Okay. So we'll go to our observation slide. So instead of this, you are going to make another observation. You're going to write the name of the fiber, whatever you saw the result, and on the right side, one more column will add on, and you will say that whether it was artificial or whether it was natural. Correct?
Ma'am.
Now you all can now you all can identify, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Good one. Okay. Okay, kids. So we finished the chapter today. We finished the fibers thing today. Do you have any questions?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am. You all never have questions for me. Okay. Okay.
Ma'am,
So
that you explain very well. We don't
no,
need
no,
cards.
no, 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 no. Okay, so if I've explained very well, then I want you all to immediately go to the portal and answer the questions. Okay, and also see the further activities and the videos also that are uploaded out there. Okay. Yes.
Yes,
Ma'am.
Okay. Okay, kids. Please send us the pictures of your observations, and ma'am will after some time upload the video for the types of silk. Okay. After some time she'll upload that video. Correct? Okay, kids. Okay. Bye.
Bye,
Bye,
ma'am.
ma'am.
thank you.
Have a nice day.
Thank
Bye,
you.
ma'am.
Bye, ma'am.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye. Bye. Thank you. Have a nice day.